Greetings all, this is DFuxa. Welcome to Conquer Renegade. This is a first-person shooter that's got Command & Conquer's name on it. And it's very much based in the Command & Conquer universe. This was made around the time that Westwood Sewers was still in existence, and it's actually really what got me into the sort of multiplayer, first-person shooter, type of squad-based type of thing that Battlefield 2 popularized, and then Modern Warfare basically came along and also encouraged the play of that type of engineer and all that. Anyhow, this is basically a very old game, so it hasn't really aged well. But I figured I should show it off just to sort of showcase, an old game that I basically used to play and, very much enjoyed back in the day. Now, the main thing I know is that there's like a single-player campaign where you basically play as a commando called Havoc, and if you played Command & Conquer free, you'll probably notice that there's like a few logs from like Havoc, and basically this is like his game. That's like a very minor part of the game, but I mean, it like gives you a little bit of background about the C&C universe from like a first-person shooter perspective, and it's kind of cool. The main meat of the game though is from the multiplayer, and I figure we'll show that off first. So we'll jump into that, first I guess, and let's show it around the default map. So to Command & Conquer, and you sort of didn't really get to see it, but basically, C&C mode multiplayer. Your basic goal in here is basically to destroy the enemy team.
Ready. And
you have a base, and they have a base. So the base basically consists of different structures. There's an advanced guard tower right there, an infantry barracks, a weapons factory, a tib refinery, power plant. In the practice mode here, you'll have a few bots running around. There's a Havoc bot and stuff like that. And your goal is basically to destroy the enemy base. I'm just gonna change team here. And here's the other base. This is the Nod faction. They'll have their own bots running around. There's a Ravenshaw. They basically have similar structures usually. So there's an Office of Light and power plant, their own tib refinery, airfield or airstrip rather. And back in the day, players would basically be portioned on each team, and they basically would try and build up the enemy's bases and all that. And note that basically each of these structures have their own important type of thing. So the Ham Nod and the barracks, they're basically used to get advanced infantry. So you could come in here and purchase different types of characters and vehicles and stuff to basically use to fight battles with. So I want to be a flamethrower.
Keep 'em coming.
And now I'm a flamethrower with flames and stuff. Here's how I am in third person, and this is usually how I played back in the day. I'll note by the way there'll be a bunch of Nod soldiers that'll basically pop out, and they'll basically run up toward to get the enemy gets shot. This is what'll happen in the multiplayer, practice mode, but it'll probably actually happen a lot in the regular mode against people too, because people are pretty stupid. So we'll kill him. Yeah, I have an automatic pistol if you want. It's good at long range if you're, weak at long range. You want to really go after the heads, by the way, for obvious reasons. Now this guy could kill me in one shot if he wanted to, but he's also got a sniper rifle, and that's kind of hard to use. Now this is an advanced character, Havoc. He's the elite sniper. Kills basic infantry in one shot. Kills advanced infantry in 2 shots, or 1 headshot. Well, that didn't work too well. He jumped and he killed me. But anyhow, basically in multiplayer mode, like, you know, your objective is like to go to the enemy base and blow up all their structures, and that's how you basically win. You can also time out, so as you see at the bottom it says time remaining. If after, like, you know, a certain amount of time, if you don't, you know, have any time remaining, then you'll basically, you know, can't continue. And I guess while we're here, I'll like try out one of the vehicles. So let's say I try out the light tank.
Keep 'em coming.
So I'll go over here.
Unit ready.
I know, by the way, you can get run over by vehicles if friendly fire's on, which it isn't. So never mind. You can't turn on friendly fire in like, you know, the actual, like, you know, against people, I guess, but it's not on here. So here's like a light tank. Here's like an example of a vehicle you can play. As you can see at the bottom, you have, like, you know, an armor and health and all that, and that's basically, you know, your health and armor that keeps you alive. Vehicles are usually pretty powerful, and, you know, that's basically similar for most games. Even like a tank is pretty powerful.
GDI harvester under attack.
I'll note, by the way, key strategy is usually go after harvesters of the enemy, so I could go in here and blow up this guy's harvester, and that results in me getting some credits and him basically not being able to get credits for his team. Anyhow, that's basically a showcase of the multiplayer. I'm not going to do it too much. And I mean, the multiplayer is a big component of this game when it was out, but I mean, there's also the single player, and I do want to show off a little bit about that, and there's actually more meat to it, so there's that too. Alright, let's jump into single player, and we'll just basically show this off. Let's go to soldier, I guess.
What are we looking for again?
An imaginary base.
Quiet.
Exactly. It's too quiet.
It's this terrain.
Recon 1, this is Eagle Base. What's the delay up there?
Copy, Eagle Base. Still no sign of any non-installation.
Stay loose. Keep your eyes open.
Eagle Base, under heavy fire. Request immediate reinforcement. This is Recon 1. We're taking fire. We're taking fire.
Recon 1, we're sending a commando.
Da 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 da! They sent in the commando! Havoc! He's your main character. So yes, there's commandos in this game, and that's basically who you play as. Basically, unlike in, like, you know, the regular, like, you know, Command & Conquer, you know, real-time strategy game, the commando is not, you know, just a sniper guy with a sniper rifle. He's like able to use all the weapons. So I can kill that guy, kill that guy. Kill that guy. Now, no problem, you can't zoom in this game. I mean, it's really, really old, so I mean, and Westport wasn't exactly, you know, some powerful, you know, first-person shooter type of company. But it gets the job done. And they did really set a really fun game, even with their, like, lack of experience in first-person shooter games. If I want to, I could try and shoot this down. I won't fire. Not worth the time or effort.
Another chopper! Take it out! Fight through! Watch your back! Nice shot! show you big time. Recon 1 to Eagle Base. We're taking casualties, but we're okay.
Copy that, Recon 1. Make your repairs and prepare to move out.
Stand by for repair.
Havoc, you are go to proceed with the mission.
I'll note, by the way, that the commando's name is Havoc. And he's kind of like, you know,
Prepared and ready to roll.
pretty loudmouthy. He's a commando. And I crashed last time I basically jumped into this, so we're just going to,
Your tank's ready and waiting, sir.
we're just going to jump into my tank and hope I don't crash.
Tank's yours, Havoc. Rock and roll.
Alright, great.
Reinforcements have arrived.
So,
Eagle Base?
we have to use the vehicle a little bit here.
Havoc, stay close.
And I'll note, by the way, that this first mission is like sort of tutorial based, so
Eagle Base, we must be close. There's a non-harvester here.
Good work. I'm sending in more firepower.
Orbit 6 to Eagle Base. I have visual on the harvester. It is starting my run now. This is Orbit 6. Inbound fuel. Returning base.
Copy, Orbit 6. Your ball, Havoc. Finish off that.
let those guys fight up there, I guess.
Eagle Base, we found it.
Confirmed. Excellent work. Airstrikes
Over
inbound.
here, sir. We need your help.
Yep, good old Hours of Light is in, you know, in play. You get too close and it'll snipe you.
Havoc, you've got to clear out those SAM sites.
Go, go. Knock out those tanks.
Yep, good old SAMs are in play, so gotta blow them up. There's one SAM site out of the way.
SAM site destroyed.
This is Eagle Claw 1, starting attack run.
This is Eagle Base. I'm not risking any more pilots. We have a GPS lock on the Nod installation. Prepare for ion cannon strike.
Yep, good old Iron Strike. It's so pretty.
The Nod base is down. Good job, Havoc.
In many ways, I see this as more like an opening cinematic, like the first mission.
Data.
It like teaches you a little bit about how to play if you don't do the tutorial, but outside of that, it's like just a, like, you know, one big, you know, cinematic that you actually have to move around in a little bit, which is kind of interesting. And it'll go on to like do the next mission and all that. We're just gonna skip that, you know, the cinematics a little bit. Now let's showcase a little bit of this mission, and then we'll say that's it for the sort of like showcase of the game.
Now, locate the Nod Detention Center. The civilians are being held there.
I'll give you the gist of this mission. Basically what's happening is there's a bunch of civilians that have been captured, and you're basically, you know, out to rescue them because you're a commando and that's what you do. And there we go.
It's Havoc. Our base is destroyed, and Nod is taking prisoners. Follow me.
Alright, let's follow these guys.
My leg. Help.
I'm actually using a pistol at the moment.
Say, did you find Captain Duncan yet? I think he went down the path behind the construction yard.
This is the path. Let's go.
I'll note, by the way, you can get like maximum health and other stuff to increase your, like, you know, survivability as the game progresses. It's pretty important. Ah, my keys are locking up for some reason.
Good timing. Nod was closing in. I've been protecting something special. It's a prototype homing beacon for GDI's new space-based ion cannon. Great for taking out large structures. Once you place the beacon, you have 10 seconds to clear the area. I gotta go see to my men. Good luck.
So, how, like, in, say, Duke Nukem 3D, something I really like about Duke Nukem 3D is that you can get the RPG really quick. In this game, they give you a personal ion cannon to fire whenever you want to, at the beginning of the game. It's kind of interesting. Now, you can get, like, those dowlings and stuff like that. Can be useful. By the way, you don't step on Tiberium because it really hurts. Here's a map. Basically gives you a little bit of stuff that's going on. Objectives, characters, and other stuff. You can all look at. I won't go through all this stuff, basically. If you actually are interested in playing this game, it's actually still worth playing, I think.
Airstrike en route.
Now we're gonna up here and kill this guy. He gave me a nice little sniper rifle finally. I can use it a little bit. Let's kill that engineer.
Warning, enemy aircraft detected.
Now note, by the way, that killing turrets is kind of annoying. You basically need to have C4, you need to like run up to them. And they can hurt quite a bit.
C4 is inbound. Use it.
Now, luckily these guys are focused on the gunboat out there. You remember those from C&C, right, I hope. Whoops. Oh, no, yeah, there's an engineer there.
I'm sending you a medium tank.
I know, by the way, I could kill the civvy vehicles out here, but there's really no point. Although, by also know, the radar here lets you basically see what you basically got. And if I go in here, you can rescue these guys. Basically, tertiary objectives. There's actually going to be, a lot of meat to this game if you actually play it, so... I do actually recommend trying to find it if you can find a copy.
Taken to some sort of camp. We need your help. There's a path behind the shed if you want to go on foot, but the next field...
Kill that guy. I don't know, by the way, there's a gun placement up there too, so we'll kill that. Note that there's a couple of like wonky things about this game. Basically, like, the bullets like for your gun don't actually like instantly travel from like where you're standing to like the target you're firing at. So it actually takes a little bit for like fire to basically reach where it's going. So it's fairly quick, nonetheless. And yeah, if you want to, you can just run up to this tank. Oh, and yes, you can get hurt by tanks quite a bit. You know what, let's just run back here and get the tank they dropped for me. He basically drops you a tank over here, I think. Or I passed it, I guess. He drops you on a beach.
Aircraft detected.
No scope sniping, so to speak, right there. There's lots of, you know, fun ways to play this game back in the day.
Enemy forces closing. Requesting backup.
I'll note, by the way, the enemies are dropping supplies for me to make use of. So I mean, they'll sometimes drop ammo and like med kits and stuff that I can make use of.
What's the delay?
For this guy. Anyhow, I think you get a sort of like basic idea of like how the gameplay sort of works, so I think we'll just quit from this. So yeah, back in the day, Command & Conquer Renegade, it was a really fun game that I played. I played it more for a multiplayer element than like the single player, but I mean the single player was like, you know, a great way to sort of immerse you into the game. And you know, eventually I went on to play like Battlefield 2 after this game and like other games like it. So, you know, I do attribute a lot to this game, and I think that, you know, Westwood and EA sort of like benefited a lot from this game. So yeah, it hasn't really aged well, but it's still, you know, worth looking at. And there's actually a mod I think called Renegade X, which people are working on basically to sort of like preserve this sort of gameplay that basically was hacked from this. Anyhow, hope you enjoy. Take care.